right where we need to be at halftime, and then we came out and got the big play to start the second half, and I think that gave us some momentum, get things going. And I thought our line people did a great job, up front. We blocked and both offense and defense.
We knew it was going to be a tough game. It was pretty even teams. We were pretty even, but we had a hard week of practice. And we knew we'd fire off the ball. We could, cause some ruckus in the backfield, and then our cornerbacks, our secondary would, they do a good job, and we just put pressure on the quarterback.
We weren't ready to play football. I mean, we weren't ready to have this kind of a game. When we didn't make the big play happen, we sort of got flat on ourselves. I'm proud of my kids. They did a super job this season, and I'm proud of Estero. They're a great representative for our region. Hats off to them.
I was calm all the way up to the very end, and then I'm just proud of the kids, and then, what they stuck in there and played their hearts out toward the end and never gave up. And that's been our thing, we just seem to find a way to win.
I had a strong feeling it was going to be. I was just hoping for the best. Everybody was on my side except for the opposing team, I guess. And Lord was on my side again, and it's the second time I did, and it's the best feeling I've ever had in my life.
Miracle boys, baby, we're going all the way. Going to Gainesville next week, we're going to get the whole thing. This is a game, I'm keeping this for my life, man. I love this.
What kind of emotions running through you right now?
So excited, man. Can't feel my legs. I love this, man. I love football.
For yet another year, the Estero Wildcats will go as far as their defense lets them, as witnessed by last week's 7-sack victory over Lemon Bay.
Our defense is, we played a much more solid game this last week than we did. We didn't give up any big plays. The big play we gave up was on special teams.
This week, the Wildcats D, which has given up only 31 points so far this season, will have its hands full with the Fort Myers offense, which leads all Southwest Florida with 113 points scored.
They got some pretty good people on their offense and stuff, but I think our defense is going to come to play, and we're going to come out and really try to kick some butt this weekend.
You know, we hope our defense keeps us in the game and until we find things that we can do offensively and you know, we can be patient.
While Estero respects the Green Wave's ability to chalk up the points, confidence, not fear, is what has the Cats going wild into their most important game of the season.
Well, it's going to be tough, but, you know, I'm a tough person to get through, and I mean, they got to hold me down. This week I'm going out and, you know, our defense is just going to go out and hold them down and just stop them.
We just got to get out there after the go on the get-go, because if we lay around in the weeds, they're going to beat us, and I don't want to lay around in the weeds this week and just come out and everybody just play defense and have a good game.
This is the biggest game right now that's on the schedule, and you know, it's a second district game, but it's for us it's the biggie. You know, we have to win this one.
In Estero with the Wildcats, Julian Gonzalez, ABC 7 Sports. Field position, a key to success for any football team. For the Estero Wildcats, that key has helped turn their season into an undefeated one, thanks to Wesley Virgilio.
He has a live leg, and he's worked, you know, we knew he could have the kickoff, but his punting has been a big help and surprise. He's got his fundamentals down now, I think, to where he's more consistent, and that's been a big plus. You talk about, you know, what surprised me? The kicking game.
They know how important the kicking game really is, too, towards the football team, and setting up good field position and all that kind of stuff, so he's giving me a good chance out here, too. Coach Hampton.
His kickoffs, as much as his county-leading punts, are one of the reasons why the Wildcats' defense doesn't surrender too many points.
Anytime you got to start 80 yards in any statistic category of the game of football, it's you know, it's very difficult to make an 80-yard drive consistently, and yeah, that's a big weapon if you can get it in the end zone. Believe me.
Yeah, the booming kickoffs and the high punting average are real good. But maybe the most amazing thing about Wes is this is his first year kicking.
He didn't punt before, but by working at it and punting some this summer and then come back this fall and really working on his technique and position, that's been a big improvement. That's where he's really helped himself and us.
I don't know, I kind of slacked off last year. I didn't really feel like playing. And then this year I came back.
Came back to help take Estero to the top of Southwest Florida football. Julian Gonzalez, ABC 7 Sports.
The Estero Wildcats are on the brink of perfection. But in order to finish the season 10-0, they'll have to beat the Green Wave.
They got a great passing game, you know, Andre McGill and their receivers, and of course Rocky Edie at running back. We're just going to have to shut down all elements of their offense.
We didn't think about being 10-0 at the beginning of the season. We knew we'd be pretty good this year, and we just come out and we just keep getting better and better every week.
Estero head coach Joe Hampton worked with Fort Myers head coach Sam Sirianni for 8 years. A win Friday night against his old boss would knock the Greenies out of the playoff race and give the Cats the district title.
The daggone, why'd he lose to, you know, Lely? And of course, I did the same thing last year. You know, I got beat by Lely, and you know, they've created this situation. So, you know, we just got to do what we got to do.
It's definitely the biggest game of the year, I feel, and I think everybody else does. And it comes down to, you know, it's so emotional between the two teams. It's really a great game to play.
It will also be a great game to watch, and I'll be in the front row. Coach Hampton and the Wildcats would like to avoid what happened last year when they went to a three-way playoff with Fort Myers and Lely and didn't make the playoffs. At Estero High School, Wayne Evans, NBC 2 Sports. They're the guys that make the offense go. So why is it that we very rarely hear about the offensive line?
You can't see their number. They're the guys in there getting dirty. They're not the guys out there running into the end zone every time. So they don't, you know, they don't get a whole lot of respect, but they do a lot of hard work.
Without these guys would never get into the end zone. The Wildcats are currently 9-0, and with a victory Friday night against Fort Myers, they'll win the district.
Built a lot of camaraderie among them, and they've taken pride in that thing, even though they, you know, and the backs have appreciated it more. I mean, shoot, you know, you got to be doing something right if you got backs gaining what ours is gaining.
You can call them the Big Uglies or the Hogs, But what they really are the unsung heroes of this Wildcat team. Well, here it is, guys. Finally, 15 seconds of fame for the offensive line. Coach Steele, I'd like to present you and your guys our 12th Man on the Field award for this week. Congratulations. And, guys, good luck against the Greenies on Friday night. At Estero High School, Wayne Evans, NBC2 Sports.
Last year's 8-2 record was Estero's best ever. That is until this season. Right before the season hit its midpoint is when the Wildcats conjured the possibility of a perfect regular season.
Probably after those 2 wins against North Fort Myers when they were 3-0, and again against Laley, 2 undefeated teams 2 weeks in a row. And we came out and beat both those guys, and after that we thought we had a good shot at it.
Oh, you just don't get here unless you stay pretty much injury-free. You know, some schools lose a couple key players. It makes a lot of difference. You know, we've been very fortunate.
By now, everybody was in a groove.
Well, defensively, those 3 shutouts in a row. Offensively, you know, we beat Laley. That was a big win for us, and Mariner. But defensively, it was definitely 3 shutouts in a row.
We've always been competitive, I feel like, and in the last 3 or 4 years, we've been right up there, you know, where, you know, we were competing for the district every year.
Yeah, every week. I mean, every time we come out here, that's all we think about is being 10-0, and how we've done everything up until this, and this is our biggest game of the year.
At Estero with the Wildcats, Julian Gonzalez, ABC7 Sports.
You're dead. All you're doing is step. Not that.
Move over, Mad Max. There's a new group of warriors dominating the roads around these lands. The Estero Wildcats leave their homeland for the 3rd straight week, this time up the interstate against another tough playoff team, 10-1 Charlotte.
It's just another place, location. You know, we don't look at it as a, you know, some mystique place that you can't win.
And the leader of the pack means it. The Wildcats not only have 2 road losses the past 3 seasons, but of the 80 playoff teams, only 9 have 2 road wins, with Estero being the only one in Class 5A.
We basically tell each other, you know what we come to do, you know what I'm saying? Let's not make this bus ride back a long, lonely bus ride, very quiet.
David, do you even remember your last road loss?
No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't remember it.
It's good to have a little amnesia, especially when you hit the long road aboard those extremely comfortable school buses. Yuck.
It's just not fun, so we get pretty mad on the way there and back.
So what a hassle, so just take it out on the other team, right?
Yeah, that's it. Just take it out and come back.
Terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
I think for us, it's better to be on the bus and sitting around a dang wrestling room or something.
You know, my new name for you is Mel Gibson. You know, you're the road warrior. That's my new name for you.
Oh, well, that's okay. You know, I'd put that on Smoking Joe and all the rest of them.
Sorry, Mel. Reporting from Wildcat Country, Julian Gonzalez, ABC7 Sports.
Estero is 1 win away from reaching the Class 5A state final. Last Friday, Jason Rowland got the ball rolling against Charlotte with this interception return for a touchdown. Just another big play in what has been a season of big plays for the Wildcats.
We get key plays, and we never stop playing football. We stay played to the whole 4th quarter and all that.
I knew we were going to have a good season, but I didn't think we were going to be that good. I thought everyone was going to be a lot closer in the county than that. And I guess we proved everybody wrong, and I'm loving it right now.
The Cats are also loving the road. Having won 3 straight playoff games on enemy territory, they haven't been defeated away from home since last season's game at Laley.
We're not as scared to lose in front of their crowd than it is in front of our crowd, so we're not as nervous, I guess, when we go away.
We don't look at it as a negative, and shoot, don't bother us. We're ready to get on the bus and go.
Most of the teams Estero has faced in the postseason have had more talent than the Cats, as will this Friday's opponent, Lakeland. But you have to take into account the size of their hearts. one thing their opponents have forgotten.
You work so hard to get them there because this may be the only time in their life that they can experience this, and they need to do that.
Hopefully they can experience it one more time Friday night at Lakeland. With the Cats, Wayne Evans, NBC2 Sports.
If I could have two words to describe our defense, it'd probably be the SWAT team. One, because that's our coach, and the other, because we just go in there and we just destroy people.
As the saying goes, defense wins championships. And for the Estero Wildcats, that certainly holds true, as the team is 4 quarters away from the Class 5A title game.
Our defense is very aggressive. We like to create a lot of chaos. We like to get to the football as fast as we possibly can.
Play hard. They listen to what's their techniques and stuff, and they play the defense full speed all the time.
How good is the Estero SWAT team? Well, the #1 defense in Lee County posted 3 consecutive regular season shutouts, and during their 3-game postseason run, the Cats have yet to surrender 20 points to anyone.
You know, they just play hard. And Coach Swat makes sure that they, have certain responsibilities, and they play their responsibilities well. We don't get messed up that way a lot.
We just play real hard. We don't stop playing. We know that offense get a little weak at sometimes, and then we have to bail them out, but hey, we do it.
If we win the toss, we defer to the second half, so our defense tries to come out and, get the momentum started for the whole game. The offense gets into it later on, and once the momentum gets going, we're hard to stop.
Our defense is awesome. I mean, it's the best around. I mean, all the guys from last year keep telling me how they were better, but I don't think so. I think this defense is the best that this school's ever had right here. Shut everything down.
So heads up, Lakeland. You might be #1 in the state for now, but that also puts you #1 on the SWAT team hit list. Good luck, Wildcats. Julian Gonzalez, ABC7 Sports.
Well, he's different. He's a different kind of guy. He's always fired up.
He's a nervous man.
I'll tell you what, he's a ball of fire. He's always on the go, Mr. Energy.
He's known as Smokin' Joe Hampton, the man which has taken the Estero Wildcat football team to a place they've never been to, the Class 5A Final Four.
I just try to instill in the kids as many positive values of athletics as we can, and just work hard and trying to make the kid be the best that he can possibly be.
Now, what really makes it all worthwhile for Coach Hampton is the pleasure of guiding young men to what might turn out to be the greatest journey of their lives.
He's an excellent coach. That's all I can say. I mean, I wish I could take him. If I get to the next level, I wish I could take him with me.
That's what we're in it for, is for them, and to watch them and the excitement. And kids, that's what the thing. You work so hard to get them there, because this may be the only time in their life that they can experience it.
And as any head coach will tell you, you're only as good as your team, which includes the men that share the same vision.
A bunch of hard-working guys that's willing to sacrifice and spend the time that's necessary to get the job done.
Oh, and by the way, how did he get that nickname, Smokin' Joe?
That's a nickname I guess I got somewhere up at Fort Myers when I was there and things. I don't know. I can't stand still very much. I got to move.
And that's exactly why his team is on the brink of a state title. Good luck, Wildcats. Julian Gonzalez, ABC7 Sports.
Outside Estero High School, all seems calm. But once you enter campus, things dramatically change. School spirit is at an all-time high because the Cats are in the state high school football final.
So exciting around here. I mean, just that's all anybody talks about, football. It's awesome.
You gonna try and pack a lot of friends into your car with you?
Definitely. I already have 6 people in a car that only seats 4, so we're really excited about going.
Estero plays Kissimmee Osceola Friday night at Florida Field. This time of year, you'd expect everyone to have holiday fever, but not here.
This week is supposed to be winter dress-up week, and you don't see very many people dressed up at all, and I think that just the hype of football is just everybody kind of forgot. I forgot, so.
And here, it's not just the students with the fever.
I will not miss a football game this year, so we've traveled, we've been on the road, and hopefully we can do something for, Lee County and bring the championship trophy home.
One other thing that should make the students very happy here at Estero High School is that the superintendent of schools has allowed for an early dismissal here at Estero at 12:10 on Friday so that everyone can get to the swamp. From Estero High School, Wayne Evans, NBC2 Sports. The Estero Wildcats define teamwork. There are no real stars on this squad, but one thing's for sure, when a play needs to be made, someone steps up and makes it.
They've all got confidence in their own ability, and so when you go to call or do something, it doesn't make any difference, who's carrying the ball back there. They can do it.
During their 4-game road playoff run, the Cats offense has gotten big plays from the likes of Andrew Laytopn, David Hall, Adrian Hall, and of course, Wes Virgilio. The Estero defense is kind of like the Grinch that stole Christmas. They're stingy. Game after game, they suck the air out of the opposing offense. Charlotte felt the wrath of the Cats' D. Jason Rowland started things off right, and the defensive line ended things in fine fashion.
We're more of a second-half team because we wear our team down in the first half and second half than when we come out, and because we're in much better shape than everybody else.
They say defenses win championships. If Estero shows up Friday night against Osceola, don't bet against the Cats. Oh, by the way, expect a few big plays from the offense. With the Cats, Wayne Evans, NBC2 Sports.
There is a serious fever epidemic sweeping through the hallways of Estero High School these days. No need to call a medic. Only thing that could cure these Wildcats is by their football team capturing the state championship this Friday.
It's so exciting around here. I mean, just that's all anybody talks about, football. It's awesome.
Well, I just came here last year, so this is my first football season. Everyone's just so pumped for it. I mean, it's incredible to see all this spirit because my old school wasn't like that at all.
With all this serious school spirit, you could only imagine the pep rallies they have here, or maybe not.
We haven't had any extra pep rallies. We just didn't want to, do anything different because we've been successful.
And it may be one of the biggest signs of school spirit here at Estero High School is a lot of these kids are willing to make the big trip up to Gainesville on Friday.
A lot of people that have never been into the games before are going, so it's just really awesome.
I already have 6 people in a car that only seats 4, so we're really excited about going.
I will not miss a football game this year, so we've traveled, we've been on the road. Hopefully we can do something for, Lee County and bring the championship trophy home.
And risk Southwest Florida from getting Wildcat fever Friday night? We sure hope so. Reporting from Estero High School, Julian Gonzalez, ABC7 Sports.
David Hall was keeping our head right. He was telling us we can do this.
When I look up and I think it's 2:16 left on the clock, and I'm thinking to myself, wow, we need to put some plays together here. There are a lot of pro teams that can't get down the field in 2 minutes.
It was a couple of broken plays, but, I'm always there to pick the team up, and they there for me, We just stuck together and did what we had to do.
And if we could get 6 or 7 yards at a clip, get lined up, try to set up, because we knew somewhere we was going to have a big play.
I said, Dave, we're going to run a waggle right. We're going to run it out of spread formation. I said, once you get out to the corner, I just want you to throw the ball down the middle of the field to Adrian. See what happens.
I thought it was an interception because I seen all the Lakeland defenders around me, but I said if they want it, they're going to have to get it. So I just went up and it just stuck in my hand.
Next thing you know, I seen number 5 with a white jersey just come down with the ball in his hand, and 2 Lakeland defenders just, dang, man.
It's always that wide left or wide right, but when we seen it split the uprights, just joy. It's like the best feeling in the world, if you ask me.
As soon as it went through, the guy raised his hand, just, then the reaction of the kids and everybody running on the field, that's kind of like one of those storybook endings.
Yeah, I was just hoping for the best. Everybody was on my side except for the opposing team, I guess. It's the best feeling I've ever had in my life.
It's one of those things that it's over and thing, but it really hasn't set into the significance of it yet. It's a hard feeling to describe, believe me. I'm prepared for one more.
I can handle one more, believe me.
How important is it to get all the fans up there?
Well, it means a lot in terms of motivation and getting the school spirit into it.
And taking over the leader role in the offense of this team, how does that feel?
It feels good knowing that the players look up to you, and if you get the job done, they're there with you.
All right, and what's with everyone dyeing their hair in different colors?
I just said if we make it to state, I was going to dye my hair, and they all followed.
All right, well, congratulations thus far, Dave. Good luck in Gainesville. This has been Dave for Wild 4 News.
We did it again, baby. We did it again. Yes, we did.
As you saw this morning, this was, this football team has been supported by our students, staff, and this community all season long. And, this morning was just a small tribute of a great football team, a coaching staff, and I want to thank our students and the community and staff for supporting this great football team.
Stand by, all cameras. Less than 5, in 3, 2, 1. Take tape.
Well, it's been a great ride for Estero, but unfortunately it came to an end one win short of a state title. Jay Severson joins us now from Gainesville. And Jay, it was a long ride for you and the pony, and Estero goes on the road and wins at South Fork. They win in Lauderdale, they win in Charlotte, they win in Lakeland, but not in Gainesville.
I tell you what, the thing about this ball club is it has so much heart. They won those other 4 games, 1 point, then they beat Charlotte 34-10, and then they beat Lakeland last Friday, the number 1 team in Class 5A, 15-14. But I guess they used up all their lives. They didn't have any left tonight. But as we show you some highlights, it was a gallant effort by this bunch of Wildcats. And Cats fans know how to spell. They should have been spelling C-O-L-D. It was a bit cold. First quarter, here come the Wildcats. Adrian Hall. He's small, but he can run very hard. 27 yards, and that would set up the next 4 plays later. Travis Taylor goes in, 7-0 Cats after 1. Taylor was 75 yards rushing. Second quarter, it's the Cowboys. They spell it K-O-Y-B-O-Y-S. They go to their man, Willie Green, 10 yards. Joe Hampton walks off the field. It is 7-7 at the break. Third quarter, trailing 14-7. Here come the Wildcats. David Hall, Andrew Layton, 38 yards. Bad man, tied at 14, but the Cowboys with a K come back. Green, your 5A player of the year, 34 carries for 185, 3 touchdowns, 21-14 after 3. Joe Hampton looking for that fourth quarter magic again, but he wouldn't get it because in the final stance, the Wildcats have a couple of costly turnovers. This one really killed them. They try to open it up, the reverse. Andrew Layton's got a 36-yard gain going, but then he is stripped. As you check it out on the instant replay, you see how he's stripped from behind. The Cats have a couple turnovers in the fourth quarter, and that kills them. Time runs out on the Wildcats, and that magical season they have, the final. Osceola Kissimmee 28, Estero 14.
It was kind of like it was just going the way we wanted to, and then we had the fumble, but that, that there's some other places we should have moved the ball and some things too. They got a good ball club.
Bottom line, Joe, it's been a magical run. It's a season that you'll never forget, right?
Well, like I said, I thought our kids played hard, and you know, and they were low to bring, you know. But I'm proud of our kids.
Well, I don't know really what to say. We just came out and gave it our best. Guess it wasn't good enough, but the better team won, I guess. Both teams played a good game, 110%. Just wasn't meant to be.
We're not going to put our head down, you know, but they just came out and beat us. You know, they outplayed us. You can't take nothing from them. I mean, they just came out straight out and beat us. I mean, can't take nothing from them.
Tell you the great story about Estero. This is a school with just 28 kids on the football team. Osceola-Kissimmee had more cheerleaders than Estero had football players. Osceola-Kissimmee brought like something like 32 cheerleaders. Estero finishes the season at 13-2. One of the main reasons tonight is they got beat is Willie Green. The guy had 185 yards for the season. He finishes with 2,655 yards and 35 touchdowns. The Cats with a heck of a run. They finished 13-2. Smoking Joe Hampton. We call him Smoking Shaking Joe Hampton. Before the game, he was doing a little shaking. He did a great job coaching. His kids played their hearts out. They have nothing to hang their heads about. Wayne, that'll do it from Gainesville. We'll get on the old pony for the one last time. We're going to ride it home tonight, baby. I'll be home about 5 in the morning. I hope my wife's awake and my kids too, because when I get home, I got to go Christmas shopping. Wayne, back to you.
Jay, you better shake a leg because that sprinkler's going to catch up with you. A great season, definitely, for Estero.
Well, busy in the shopping area, also busy on the high school football field. High-stakes high school football. The Estero Wildcats trying to become Lee County's first football high school champions. They take on Kissimmee Osceola tonight. The Wildcats playing a wild ball game. We head to the Swamp. Julian Gonzalez hanging out with a post-game wrap-up. Julian watering the lawn and giving us the big wrap, Jules. A storybook season comes to an end for the Wildcats, buddy, and a great ball game. Tell us all about it.
Well, it was a great ball game. Unfortunately, we all know what happened. There was a lot of fans out here from Estero following their team. Even Javon Kurz was here, and we had Teddy DePay was here. Ernest Graham was here, all supporting Estero. And of course, we followed this team since day one. You characterize this team in two fashions. They all had heart the whole year, and they also believed. And of course, that wasn't enough today to hand Southwest Florida its first state title ever.
The dreams and hopes of Wildcats everywhere were seen early. After stopping Osceola's opening drive, the Estero offense took control. How about Adrian Hall, the little locomotive, 27 yards to the Cowboys' 20. How about this? 2 plays later, Travis Taylor punches it in from 5 yards out. Cats lead 7-0 in the first quarter, completing a 10-play drive. Second quarter, Osceola ties things up behind the Class 5A. Player of the year, Willie Green, 10 yards the easy way. 7-7 game in 2 quarters. Minutes before the half, Estero's defense comes up big like they've done all year. Adrian Hall with the 9th pick, deep in Cowboy territory. But Estero's offense couldn't capitalize. Adrian Hall in the halfback pass, looking for Andrew Layton, picked off at the 2-yard line. The game will head into the halftime, tied at 7.
Shelby, unfortunately, things didn't turn out the way, obviously, like we had hoped. The game was close no matter what anybody says. It came down to the final couple of minutes of the game. Unfortunately, Estero had 2 turnovers, the only 2 turnovers they had of the whole game at the end of the fourth quarter, and that really cost them for them. And I go, they can't really complain. I mean, there's a lot of guys, a lot of teams in Florida that would have loved to have been out here. Unfortunately for them, they weren't there. Fortunately for Estero, they were, and hopefully they can come back and bounce back next year and bring us that first title. So then, let's throw it back to you now in the studio, Shelby.
All right, buddy. Wonderful job. Once again, the final score, 28-14. The Estero Wildcats and Smokin' Joe Hampton's magical season comes to a close. Estero's record, 13-2. The 3-hour game is over. The kids, the school, and the community, memories to last a lifetime. We'll have more sports right after this break.
Wildcats playing for the Class 5A state championship tonight in Gainesville. NBC2's Sharon Gregory was at the game and joins us live from Gainesville. Sharon, tell us what's going on tonight.
A little bit of a disappointment tonight. The Estero Wildcats didn't quite clinch it like we all wanted them to, but I can tell you they have a lot to be proud of. First of all, how many high school kids get a chance to play in a stadium like this? And nobody really expected the Estero Wildcats to come this far, but one of the big reasons they did come this far and make it all the way to play in the state championships is all the support they got from their hometown. Take a look at this team spirit.
The fans.
Big Blue!
the cheerleaders. And the boys who get the glory. Estero's Wildcats took the ball and ran with it all the way to the state championship. And they brought a lot of the town with them.
These Estero fans are wild. They'll do anything to support their team, even undressing in the chilly night air to spell E-S-T-E-R. Oh, my.
Of course, he's probably a little warmer than the other guys. Here's one family with a close eye on the ball. And here's why. Their son, Wesley Virgilio, kicker extraordinaire.
People have been stopping me in the grocery store and giving us high fives and good luck, and it's been tremendous.
What do you think? Think they're going to pull it off? Yeah. Even his big sister flew in for Christmas a day early just for the game.
So he doesn't even know you're here? I think so. When will he find out? After the game. After the game? You need to go down there and make sure he knows before the game, don't you think? I don't want to make him nervous.
But you can bet Wes's nerves are already raw, just like his teammates and all of Estero, as they root for their own to bring home the gold.
And even though they did not bring home the gold, they do get to bring home silver medals. All the team, every one of the players gets a silver medal with a red, white, and blue ribbon. Back to you, Kelly.
We do want to mention that the score was 28-14.
That's right.
The Cowboys won, Estero lost. I know that they were the underdog going in tonight. Were they a bit nervous playing for the state championship?
Well, I'm sure they were a bit nervous, but we talked to them before the game, and they seemed amazingly pretty calm. I think they were a little bit on the stunned side. They even made it this far, but they did very, very well. They have no tears to shed, and they're holding their head high. And if you see a Wildcat around, pat them on the back. They did really well tonight. Craig, back to you.
All right, Sharon, thank you.
The Estero Wildcats are fighting for the top spot as state football champions.
Shelby Goebel now joins us now to tell us how they did. Shelby?
Well, gang, I wish I could bring everyone better news in that 5A state title game. Estero taking on Kissimmee Osceola. The Wildcats go down in a wild one, 28-14. Of course, hundreds of fans from our area travel north to Gainesville to watch a very emotional, high-intensity game. That's where we find ABC 7's Todd Jerkowski hanging out at the Swamp. Todd, a very exciting night, but I'm sure things pretty somber now, both for the Wildcats and their fans after this loss.
Shelby, that's very true. It was a great game, a very hard-fought game up until about the last 4 minutes when it turned, well, heartbreaking. I did have a few people come up to me tonight earlier and ask, where's Estero from? And that's the kind of team they were. No one really expected them to come this far, but they made it to the state championship game the hard way.
The Estero Wildcats came here wanting to win, wanting to make history, wanting to emerge from the swamp as state champions.
It's awesome. We have like TV, we can see each other, and it's just like great with all this publicity and everything. It's just so much fun.
And why not here? The fans call this team the Road Warriors. They've won 9 games on enemy turf this season, including an amazing 4 straight in the playoffs to make it to Gainesville.
And in those games, the Wildcats were underdogs. They were admittedly outmanned, but they scratched and they clawed and they persevered by playing with heart and soul.
We've been following them all season, and they're a great team, great bunch of kids.
But now the wrong team is celebrating, the wrong team is crying, and for everyone in Estero, the wrong team lost.
One of the Estero fans held up a sign at the game, and it read, "Don't be afraid of a first date." The Wildcats were trying to become the first team in Southwest Florida history to win a state championship game, but even in defeat, congratulations to Estero on a 13-2 season, a season that everyone in Southwest Florida can be proud of. We're live in Gainesville. Todd Jerkowski, ABC 7 News.
All right, Todd, great job. I'll have highlights, post-game reaction, and much, much more from the big ball game. Until then, back to the news desk.
High School Wildcats. Number 1, Andrew Laytopn. Number 3, Jock Arizmendi. Number 4, Tio Garcia. Number 5, Adrian Hall. Number 6, Rod Watson. Number 7, Chris Stewart. Number 11, Nick Hill. Number 12, David Hall.
Stand by me, oh, stand by me.
5, Kevin Price. Number 30, Joe Buchanan. Number 33, John Cutts. Number 40, Mike Metters. Number 44, Adam Gilstad. Number 51, David Melendez. Number 52, Mike Abar. Number 55, Jason Penn. Number 62, Tom Rahill. Number 63, Charles Gray. Number 65, Little Young. Number 70, Eric McIntyre. Number 72, Mike Bishop. Number 77, Eric Arnold. Number 78, Jason McKee. Number 82, Chris Bergman. Number 90, Chris Biervik. Number 7, Jason Rowland. Assistant coaches, Bill SWAT. Mike Steele. Tim Cutts. Anthony Dixon. Frank Kirkland. Calvin Williams. And Sam Brown.